We are delighted to be partnering with Google on this particular issue. And when we take a look at Africa, for example, in terms of digital payments alone, we have today, total $701 billion in terms of digital payment. That tells you how the fintechs in Africa are working. But also, when it comes to being able to know with data, where are the farmers, for example? We're providing seeds and fertilizers to millions of farmers across Africa. You need Google. I mean, one of the things I love about Google is everybody just says, just Google it. Let's just figure out, And so we are partnering with Google to be able to help bring their power of AI and big data to map out for us the locations of where these input traders are so that farmers can know where they should go and bankers can know where they need to finance and we can know where we need to put infrastructure. We are also working together with Google on computer coding because coding is the next currency of the world.
Absolutely.
And so we are working together to create centers of excellence for coding in Africa. So we are delighted with this partnership. And if you want to know more about it, Google it afterwards.
Excellent. So, Mr. Manyika, why is this partnership important for Google?
Well, first of all, thank you, Dr. Adesina. It's such an honor to be here with you and be doing this with you. I was actually asked to make some extensive remarks. I'm going to speak maybe for about 3 or 4 minutes just to explain why this is so important for us and why we're so committed to Africa. Our CEO, Sundar Pichai, has actually said something that I believe, and I think many people in the room believe, which is increasingly Africa is a place where innovation begins and spreads to the rest of the world. There's such entrepreneurial, innovative energy in Africa that makes it unstoppable. And so we believe at Google that in fact African-led innovation will be important to addressing many of the enduring challenges and opportunities that we face. Google is actually very proud to have been a partner with Africa in Africa's economic development and growth for a very long time. As a very young company, Google first bet on Africa in 2005 with the investment of a major underwater cable, the Seacom cable, and we've continued to make those investments and double down. We probably took our biggest step in Africa in 2021 when we announced our plan to invest $1 billion in Africa over the next 5 years. Our priorities in those investments include the following. First, affordable internet access, investing in people, entrepreneurs, and startups. Third, using innovation to tackle some of the societal challenges we see across Africa. And it's important to remember that the ICT technology story for Africa has been a very successful one in the following sense since the turn of the century. From a situation of nearly negligible connectivity, now almost 50% of all Africans have their own SIM cards, and internet penetration is about 25%. I think we should celebrate that. We also think as we look ahead that AI has the potential to bring even more remarkable innovations and progress to Africa. Some estimates have actually suggested that in fact there's something like a $1.5 trillion opportunity to Africa's GDP from AI. And I think we think Africa and Africans need to be involved both in the development of AI and also in the use of AI to create opportunities for Africa and for Africans. So in this collaboration that we're committing to with the bank, between the bank and us, we see kind of 4 key areas that we're going to team up and collaborate on. The first one is actually on emerging technologies. AI, cloud computing is the key focus of it, and we're going to team up on that. Second, digital connectivity and infrastructure, especially with the idea towards rural connectivity, 5G, and broadband access. A third area is around talent development and entrepreneurs. We've made a big commitment to help bring digital skills to Africans and made a big commitment to at least give 10 million Africans digital skills. And in addition to that, we're also looking at entrepreneurs. So we, for example, set up a Black Founders Fund to invest in startups in Africa. We have the Hassel Academy that's bringing skills to encourage Africans to do all this work. So these are all things that we're very excited about. Then finally, of course, we're going to collaborate to make sure the regulatory environment is actually is one that encourages innovation and investment in Africa. So these are some of the things we're focused on, and we're so excited to be teaming up with the bank to do this.
An exciting partnership. Congratulations to the African Development Bank and to Google. And Mr. Kano, I'll ask you now to go ahead and sign this new partnership document. Congratulations to Google and the African Development Bank. This is Unstoppable Africa, where deals are made and partnerships are signed. A round of applause, please, on the announcement of this new partnership. Thank you all very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My vice president just said I should say one word about the something that we are doing, which Google and us can work a lot together, which is the establishment of the Youth Entrepreneurship Investment Banks. The African Development Bank has set up this new set of financial institutions that will support young people to have access to finance. We want to turn Africa to have youth-based wealth. And the way to do that is to make sure that you can have young people walk into financial institutions that understand their businesses, that knows their needs. They can use digital technology to do that. And this will now deploy a whole series of instruments, from technical assistance to business development services to incubator facilities to debt facilities, but also to equity investments in all these digital businesses. We, together with the Islamic Development Bank and also with Agence Française de Développement, just did a $614 million investment in digital technology and creative enterprises in Nigeria, which will be the kind of things that we can link with them. The other thing I want to say is that the importance of knowledge. Mm-hmm. For example, we are supporting the Kigali Institute of Science and Technology to be world-class ICT centers together with the Carnegie Mellon University. And literally almost 100% of all those that go there, they get jobs from Google, from everybody around the world. At the African Development Bank, we have a strategy to skill up all the young people in Africa. That strategy is to focus on creating 25 million jobs for young people in Africa, but also the skills that he was talking about, 50 million young people with skills in Africa. I don't believe that the future of Africa's youth is in the United States. I don't think it's in Canada. I don't think it's in Europe, anywhere in Europe. I don't think it's in Asia or Latin America. It must be in Africa, growing well, with the right kind of technologies, systems, financing around our young people, so that we can create youth-based wealth. And I think that this work, together with them, will be able to do that. I just close with one anecdote, one particular issue. When I was talking to President Kagame, because we supported them for the ICT technology parks in Rwanda, the Kigali Institute of Science and Technology. One day he was walking, he told me he was jogging in Kigali, and opposite direction was a young lady jogging in the opposite direction. And the security people quickly moved her aside, and the lady said, no, Mr. President. I'm one of those that the African Development Bank, in grant to you, supported to go to the Kigali Institute of Science and Technology. I'm doing ICT, right? And I want to tell you what I want to do. So the president gave her an appointment to come see him at the State House. She went over there, and he said he gave her a little bit of money, just a small amount of money. She disappeared for 2.5 years. Never saw her again. One day, she called the president. I want to come see you. 3 years after, came to the president, said, Mr. President, that business that I, a young person at the age of 27, started 3 years ago, I just sold it for $21 million.
Amazing.
So that just tells you the power of what we are trying to do. We want to create entrepreneurs in Africa. Africa has the highest population of young people in the world. We want to create youth-based wealth in our continent. And the best way to do that is by investing in technology that allows them to be able to also unlock their entrepreneurship capacity. So thank you very much, Google, and thank you very much, all of you, for being here.
We'll leave it on that positive note. Yeah. The future of Africa's youth is in Africa. Thank you so very much. Congratulations once again on this great partnership.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.